Take two, the way to do. Take two.
Hello.
Hi.
And welcome to the Bucket O' Milk podcast. The podcast where none of them, not one conversation, you won't find one,
Nope.
has an expiration date.
That's correct.
I'm your host, Dylan last name, and today I'm joined by Sean. Sean, how are you?
I'm good.
Why?
I don't know.
All right. I'm also joined by Alec. Alec, how are you?
Better than I was before.
And I'm sure we'll get into that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We are not joined by Alex today.
He
He is sick. At the time of this recording, we don't know if it's COVID or something else. But if it's COVID, not good.
Not good.
Either way, if he's sick, it's not good. So, pray for him if you're into that.
Pray for my dog.
Just keep him in your thoughts. Hashtag Alex get well. He should, from what we're going to talk about in this podcast, he should be back for the next one. And you might notice, and hey, so did we.
Huh.
There was no podcast last week. And I know what you're thinking.
What?
Why, Josh Hawley, was there not a podcast last week?
Yeah.
Well...
at Josh Hawley. Why the fuck was there no podcast last week?
Well, you see... Alec, why don't you tell him?
I had the COVID.
That's right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Last week, I think... 2 or 3 days prior to the day we normally record, Alec let us know that he had the Rona.
Yep.
And therefore was quarantining. And myself, Sean, and Alex had not seen him since the day we had recorded the last one. So I thought we were probably good to go with the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
But Alex and his wife, which will go unnamed,
Yeah.
did not necessarily agree with that. And
She said, don't bring that evil into my house.
And we understand, as annoying and frustrating as it may be for everybody involved, safety first.
Safety first.
So they opted to clean their basement and skip that week. So that's what we did. I would have liked to have filmed something to put up in its place, but I just didn't have the time. And not really the people either, because Sean also ended up being busy that day.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And with Alex being sick now, we're recording not in Alex's basement, we're recording in my kitchen. So it might be a little more echoey. My kitchen is not set up for podcast recording.
Set up for family dining.
It's true.
That's true.
So we're gathered here at the family table for family and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And you might hear my dog's toenails tip-tapping all around this, I guess, hardwood. Is it hardwood or is this like...
That's some hard
It's
wood.
like some.
I ain't no
It's like
softwood.
wood paneling.
Yeah, so like this is wood paneling, but like my living room is
your living
hardwood.
room's hardwood.
So like it is wood. You're gonna hear tip-tapping.
Click clacking.
Here and there. If that's worse for you than Alex's dog, then you're on the wrong podcast. So, apologies for probably less than quality audio. Not like what we had before was that great anyway.
To be fair, if you can't deal with it, you're probably weak anyway.
If you can't deal with it, you're probably weak-minded.
Yeah.
So,
it's a weak spirit.
grow up.
Work on that.
Dave, sorry that you're just inherently uninterested if your son isn't listening. I get it. It's okay.
Yeah.
But that's not very nice, Dave. I think you should listen to it anyway.
Be nice to your friends, Dave.
And Dave, Alec was quarantined for days. You had plenty of time to slash his tires.
I was at my most vulnerable point, and Dave chose not to act on that.
It still hasn't been done. But the three of us are still here. And we don't have anything planned, but we are gonna make an episode. So
Yeah.
we can get into other stuff later on. Until then, Sean, what you got going on, buddy? What's been going on?
I've been working the new job for like 3 weeks
Well,
now.
still?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The same one.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Havik?
Hovid.
Yeah, Havak. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I go through Mickey Dick's for like breakfast in the mornings, and every night, or people in general, you know, like family. McDick's, they'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Do you like it?" It's like, no, no, I don't fucking like it. I don't like working at all.
So, like, in comparison, would you rather have, like, your discounted food at McDonald's or rely on Casey's Pizza Carousel for your HVAC?
So far, the Casey's Pizza Carousel has never.
It's never
let
let
me
you down. There's always just at least one
Well,
slice of pep.
I'm always there at prime time, you know, like I'm there at like lunchtime, or I'm there like right after 3:30, 4 o'clock, you know, right when they know people are going to be coming in for
Yeah.
that za. They know they got to have it fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Now,
Pizza. Good.
my man though, Daniel, he hates the Casey's Pizza Carousel because he goes in at like 7 o'clock at night, and that's just not the way to do it.
Are you sure you two are going to work out?
I think so. We're working on it. Yeah, that's too much of a flaw. He doesn't like the Casey's pizza.
You gotta like that pizza carousel.
He doesn't like the pizza, or he doesn't like the carousel?
He doesn't like the pizza because by the time he gets to it, it's dry.
Right, but say he got fresh za.
Oh, if it was fresh jaw, you'd fucking love it.
Okay, so he likes the Casey's pizza.
Yeah, he likes
just
Casey's pizza.
Doesn't like the carousel.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get yeah.
Yeah.
If he ordered a pizza,
A pizza.
a pizza,
A
he-
puzzle.
he'd be like, "Yeah, this is dope."
This is
He would
dope.
say that?
No,
Yeah.
he's 50, but
This is dope. Tubular.
tubular. I don't know, whatever people from California say.
Is he from
Hell.
Cali? Help. Is he from California?
He lived there for like 5 to 10 years. He lived there for a while. He went to law school there. And then he was like,
Neat.
he's like, I hate the law. I'm gonna go be a criminal in Missouri.
Cool.
JK. Anyway,
I'm gonna go be a
You
criminal.
snitched out your mans?
no, I wouldn't do that. Anyway, no, he and I though we're working on getting a house. That's what we're working on right now.
Yeah.
Most of the weight is going to be pulled by him because financially speaking, I have no credit. So I'll pay like half the mortgage, but like his
You
name's
have
going to be on
less
the
than
loan.
no credit.
Yeah, I have bad credit, which is like probably
Worse
much worse.
than no credit.
Yeah,
Why don't you just reveal your credit score?
it's a 496.
Oh, all right.
I know. See, I know that credit score by heart because the bank was like, "We can't give you money because of this number," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck."
You still owe the bank money?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
You gonna pay him?
Whenever I knew he did, because the day he found out he owed them money, he said,
He said, I'm not paying him a fucking
"You're not
dime.
getting a fucking dime out of me, bro."
Not even a cent, you know.
Not
Not
one.
a fucking cent. But now it's like, you know what? If I ever want to buy anything that costs more than what I happen to have on hand,
They're gonna get more than a dime.
yeah, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get a lot more than a dime,
Probably a quarter, silver dollar.
something like that.
A Sacagawea coin.
Yeah, just one.
No.
One second.
At the moment, I don't happen to have like $800 lying around to give to the U.S. Bank. So
Yeah.
And it keeps building interest as you.
no, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It hasn't built interest since
You close the account.
well since they were like, fuck it, we're gonna let a third party harass them.
Oh,
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
fair.
So no, so I got the $200 I owe from my overdraft checking, and I got the $600 from my credit card.
Right.
That they're like, you know what, we're not gonna mess with this. Come pay it, or your credit score is always gonna be bad.
Right. So is that mainly what's going on in your life right now? you'd say?
Work. So far, what I've deduced is if the first like hour or two, like at the job site at work, is
Right.
like good or bad, that's how it's gonna go for the rest of the fucking day.
Would you say you've had more good than bad, or no?
It's hard to say. There are
Or
days.
neutral experience?
I'd say most of them are neutral.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like yesterday and the day before, those are actually pretty good days. We got a bunch of shit done. We was laughing. You know, today, not super great. Not super
Yeah.
great. My coworker John was just like rushing me and being kind of a dick. Like I was trying to get
What the heck, John?
I know. Like, what the,
Are you
John,
serious?
John, what the fuck? I was trying to get something hooked up to a breaker box, and he was like, hurry up or move out of the way. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I worked at McDonald's for 3 years. You think I know how to fucking wire something up to a breaker box? I've never messed with this shit.
So did he teach you?
He's taught me a lot of things. Like, he wasn't a dick the whole
No,
fucking
that's what
day.
I'm saying. Did he teach you about the breaker box?
Yeah, he taught me, like, how...
Is he like the guy that teaches you shit?
Pretty much, because right now I'm an installer. I would rather be doing service, but installations where the big money comes from.
So really, it's let's go, John. Good job, John. Thanks.
Yeah, John's
Hashtag thank you, John.
John's a good guy. It's just sometimes, you know, like, hey, you got to move that box there, so drill a new hole. And I'll be like, oh, God,
Yeah.
I might punch a hole in something important on the other side of this wall. I got to drill through it. And I'll get in my head, and I won't do it for fucking ever. And he'll be like, why the fuck haven't you drilled this hole? And it's like, well, so I don't want to damage
You
anything,
see, John, I'm frightened.
Yeah.
I'm frightened, John. That's why.
John's a good guy, but sometimes
Sometimes
is how I would describe another John, a thin
Yeah.
in our life. But
Not a thin John.
I wouldn't say.
not a thin John,
Yeah.
just Jonathan.
John I work with is mighty thin. He said he used to weigh like 250 pounds in high school.
Yeah.
So, and then he started losing weight when he did HVAC. So,
Well, I gained weight after high school.
yo,
Keep it up.
Working on it.
gotta get
on
the
that
gains.
grind every day.
Yeah.
He's trying to put on some mass.
I got enough
That's
mass.
true.
Got enough ass too.
Wow. Wasn't going to go that far, but
Yo,
thanks, Sean.
I'm fucking dumb truck over here.
So, Alec, been gone for like 10, 12 days.
Yeah, it's
Why don't you walk us through your quarantine life?
it was rough, man. Started off like any normal day. I was expecting to go to work and have fun time making money, but
You do not have fun at work.
I have fun sometimes. Actually, most of the time I do have a relatively okay, good time. But
We do good around here.
Yeah.
I found out my brother tested positive for COVID.
What was going on with your brother to where they thought he needed to get tested?
Apparently, he told my mom that he couldn't like smell or taste anything,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Which brother is this?
Zane.
Mm.
Where did he go to, like a party or something? Or
I don't know where. I think he was just
Zane's
just
al-
random
out and
encounter?
about. Yeah, it wasn't
Zane's
like
always
a
going
party.
to parties. He's a fucking mad lad.
Yeah.
No, he's a relatively good boy.
Yeah, I know.
Hashtag thank you, Zane.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Zane.
Thanks. But I didn't know that until the day after he got tested, and I had drank right after him, right, like the night before,
Oh, damn.
and because like I didn't know, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
nobody knew, but so
Well,
then he got tested. And
Didn't your mom like go with him to have him tested, or did he just feel like he needed to go get
no,
tested?
I think that my dad went with him.
Okay.
And he got tested. He got his results back the next day. He was positive, so I was like, shit, I have to go get tested. I had to work that day.
And you did not know that he was getting tested at all until
Until that next day. Like so
the next
night,
day when there's a package delivered.
Oh,
You did not know until the next day that
he even was
it
getting
was
tested.
revealed that he had it. That
Yeah.
He,
So
yeah.
what had happened was it was like late at night, and he had like a soda or something, and I took a drink after him. I mean, not knowing anything, And the next day, I found out he was getting tested for COVID. And I was like, well, great.
Yeah,
you know?
that's probably just some poor communication on that.
Yeah.
I feel like if Robin went with him to get tested, everybody would have known about it.
Yeah.
But
So I found out that he was getting tested. I go and then I'm like, oh, shit, well, I got to get tested now too. I literally just drank after him. Like not even 9 hours before.
yeah,
And I had to work that day. So thankfully, like my work and everybody who works at Ciro's pulled through for me and was able to cover my shift. And I got a rapid test at a Walgreens drive-through. And they got back with me and
so like you did everything in the drive-through. So
yeah.
like, how the fuck does that work?
Yeah, I've never.
Did somebody
been
come
tested.
outside and
No,
prick
so-
you, or did they give you something to prick yourself?
No, so we didn't do a prick for mine. So what they did,
The nose.
yeah, it was they would handed you this like fucking swab, this long swab,
Yeah.
and they gave you a Kleenex. They said blow your nose first, and then get up in there as like far as you can, and like twist it around and like collect whatever you're supposed to collect.
I ain't getting far if I have to do it myself.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it's rough.
I know. My nose sucks. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, but so I did that, and I was like, God, I hope I did this like long enough or far enough.
You
And
scratchy brain.
tried.
Give your frontal cortex a tickle.
So then I left, and I was like, okay, you know, those rapid ones, they're supposed to get back with you like within a few hours. I got my results back, freaking tested positive. So my journey with COVID began that day, and I was miserable. Like, so it's not only like the sickness with COVID that gets you.
Yeah.
It's the mental health effect of being in solitude for like literally all I could do was be in my bed for like 8 or 9 days in a row. Like I only went upstairs to like use the bathroom and shower. But other than that, you know, I had to stay down there. I couldn't go out. I couldn't do anything, you know. First of all, I didn't feel like, I just felt like crap. And then secondly, I'm not going to put anybody else's like life in danger.
Right.
You know? So I was secluded. Like it wasn't as bad, I guess, as other people because I mean Zane was right there with me. So
Yeah.
he was downstairs as well. And yeah, there's nothing worse. I was talking to Dylan about this earlier when he picked me up. There's nothing worse than feeling like your body's on fire and freezing at the same time. And like that would happen when like I guess your fever's like getting ready to break. Like right before your fever's getting ready to break. So I was like freezing, but I was also so hot that like it was super weird for my body to like either have a blanket on or off or have two blankets at some point, you know. It was miserable.
It's probably not helped by like we're in fall now.
Yeah.
So like all the time, just quick fall tangent, okay? Everybody's always like, fall's perfect. I disagree. Because like most of fall is the temperature deciding what it wants to do.
Yeah.
Because like I'm going to work in a hoodie and gym shorts right now because I'm either staying in the hoodie or taking it off, but it's never cold enough that I need pants.
Right.
So it's annoying to say it. It's
Yeah.
mostly annoying because I work in my car all day. So do I need heat or AC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's never one for the whole day. So
Yeah, I think that fall is like super weird in Missouri for sure, because like it's the same thing with like spring. It's either going to be freezing cold or stupid hot.
Yeah.
And like
I think spring works better as a concept though.
I do too with our fall around here.
Yeah.
Like I said, it literally differs like that. And then for some reason we get like a lot more precipitation during fall than I think a lot of other places.
So it's kind of different in spring because like fall is transitioning from heat to cold. Transferring from cold to heat is a lot easier, I feel like, because I don't know. It's just less annoying.
Yeah.
To where like it's it's easier.
For sure.
Yeah.
But so like that was really annoying. I think that like the worst like symptoms I had was like being so sore. Like there was one day, like the worst day that I had the COVID, I literally couldn't like move. Like my body just ached so bad, and all that. And what's weird with my COVID is I didn't lose my taste and smell until like almost a little over halfway through my thing.
Yeah.
Like I thought that like I wasn't gonna lose my taste or smell because I had it while I was still like pretty sick. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna lose it, and then I ended up losing it. So
it takes a while for it to come back.
Yeah, it's still not all the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do things taste like weird now, or
so
is it like a sensitivity thing?
No, so like I read about it too, because I was curious myself. But I read about how basically you're not losing your taste, you're losing your smell. Because like if you can't smell, like you know how if you smell something so strong you can taste it.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how it works, and I guess it just like blocks that nerve or sensor or whatever is in
like
your body.
You still taste shit. It's just not as like intense.
Yeah.
And in the beginning it was like nothing. Like I could literally eat anything and not taste it. Now I've kind of gotten a little bit of it back and stuff, so like food actually tastes like food and not just like shit, like just like plain basic mush in my mouth now.
Like gray.
Yeah, like
it
gray.
doesn't taste like the color gray looks like.
That would be fucking miserable.
Yeah, it is, and it was too. And like I said, I just started getting like my taste back. I don't have any symptoms right now. That's why I'm recording this podcast with these guys.
Awesome.
And I haven't had. Yeah, I have done my time, as they say.
I've done my time.
And
did my dirt.
Did my dirt.
Did my dirt. But yeah, I mean, don't recommend it. COVID sucks.
Do not recommend.
But I can't even go get like, so I'm unvaccinated. Say what you will, it's not about political views. It's more of like time and busyness.
I mean, I'm unvaccinated for the same reason, because like I'm contracted through USPS now, so I'm the boss, and it's hard to find help anywhere right now. So it mostly depends on me, and anytime I've had the opportunity to get the vaccine, it's just also lined up with if I get vaccine sick, which typically is like 2 days from what I've read, I can't afford. I would have to go to work regardless, and then I don't know if I could work.
Yeah, well, that's another thing with me. Like that's another thing that worried me about is like the vaccine sickness or whatever. It's like I'm a waiter, and like I can't provide reasonable service if I'm feeling like dog shit. You know what I mean? But
like I literally can't just call in sick, because like I have to go in as it is right now.
I am planning on getting vaccinated though. Like I said, it's not a political view thing or anything like that. It's just time and all that, which like say what you will, but places down here are really busy and in need of help, and when you don't have help and nobody to work, I mean, you're stuck working.
Yeah.
All the
I want
shifts,
to get it. I want to get it. I think the whole argument for or against is kind of just too intense on both sides.
Yeah,
where
sure.
like I'm somewhere in the middle where it's like I do feel like COVID to some extent has been like fear-mongered a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it does matter. Like you don't want
people.
Like like there's like around when you crank out all them numbers, people our age are like very, very unlikely to get it. But like the point is to get rid of it altogether so it's not still around when I'm fucking old.
Yeah.
And more
that's
susceptible.
that's the thing too, is like it's not just your health that you have to worry
Yeah.
about. It's like other people, especially if you work in a business like mine, where
Yeah.
most of our population in the town we live in is old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Like, I would prefer if people get it, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's not really my business.
Yeah.
Right.
If you don't get it, it's the same thing with politics. Like, if you disagree with me,
let's just
doesn't mean
agree
I
to
can't
disagree.
like be your friend. It really depends on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, if it comes down to if it's literally as simple as liking Trump over Biden
Right.
or Trump over Sanders or anything like that, I don't give a shit.
Right.
But like when it gets more intense to where like, hey, my political opinion is that gay people shouldn't be able to get married or like buy a house and shit like that, that's probably not where I start cutting people off, but that's a point
Definitely
where
where-
I am for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there's political stuff that you will and should cut people off for, but baseline, like, I think that money should be handled this way or this way. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, if
We can agree to disagree at that point.
like I don't even know, like, if let's just use two other people for examples. If you're like giga capitalism and I'm into something else, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how I am.
Right.
But
With the vaccines, like I'm vaccinated. You know, I got my shots. But like
Go shoot your
I
shot.
see the way some people go about like trying to convince people to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating
Well,
because it's
another-
like if I had someone being like, "Hey, dumb fuck, do this," I'd be like, "Fuck you, I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
it."
and then it's on the same end of anti-vax people
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
are yelling, "Hey, dumb fuck, don't do that," or
I'm
"Hey,
I'm
dumb
fucking do
fuck, you're getting microchipped," or like
Yeah.
shit like that.
It's-
Obviously,
dude.
Sean still likes us because he's here with us
Yeah.
right now, even though we're unvaccinated.
Obviously, I've only been around for 2 vote cycles that I could vote during,
that. Yeah.
but I just feel like the amount that people are willing to believe conspiracy theory-esque shit
Oh my god.
has gone up exponentially in the past 4 to 8 years.
I would agree.
It's fucking crazy.
I think it's wild that people are like, "Oh, I'm putting tracking chips in the
Yeah.
vaccine."
And
It's
like that's on both sides too. Again, like there's
There's-
people that
yeah.
are pro-vax that are like, "Whoa, if we don't," it's the same thing. Where some people that are anti-vax are like anti just government,
yeah.
and then people that are pro-vax might be like, "Well, if we don't get it, the government's gonna kill us" or something like
yeah,
that.
you won't be able to leave your house if you don't get vaccinated or some shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Australia is pretty fucking strict. But
Yeah, I know New Zealand is as well.
Yeah, Alex and Redacted. We're not. She who shall not be named.
Yeah.
Will. They were gonna go to New Zealand because they're both like Lord of the Rings people.
Right.
Probably were gonna visit. Like
Nerds.
they were probably gonna visit. Like I don't know. 'Cause I didn't talk to them.
Shire
The
and
Shire's there. You could do all sorts of cool shit in New Zealand. Let's
Yeah,
just
there's
be
and then
honest.
like they're both really big fans like mountains and stuff too. New Zealand's
Yeah.
literally all
And, like they went to
mountains,
Mexico, and
Yeah.
Mexico's like also sick. But
Yeah.
like, I want to go to New Zealand.
Yeah. So yeah, now that we're past that controversy or whatever. Other than that, I mean my what
Welcome
I did,
to the Bucket O Politics podcast.
Other than being sick with COVID, I played a lot of video games, watched a lot of Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max.
Anything in particular that you watched or played?
I played a lot of I played a lot of Call of Duty, which is weird.
New one or like in?
No, like Cold War, like the one
Okay.
that's currently out. And then I just recently got back. I thought the game was dead because
Mhm.
it's called Heroes of the Storm and it's made by Blizzard. And I was played it forever. In like 20 like from actually I played during the opening week and I played in the beta as well. but I played for years,
Yeah.
and Blizzard had a lot of like their support and devs all like got removed from that project to work on like Overwatch, Diablo, here or World of Warcraft, stuff like that. So I was like, oh shit, the game's dead. They're not going to make anything new. So I stopped playing and went about my life. But I found out that the game's not actually dead. It's just not as focused on as their other projects. But it still has a huge community. I think it's like 6.5 million players still on that, on the servers and stuff. So, I mean, I just got back into that and been having a lot of fun with that.
What about, did you watch anything in particular on Netflix?
So on HBO Max, they have the Batman animated series on there. So like the old Batman animated series. And I've been watching that. I think I've rewatched all of South Park when I was in quarantine.
Yeah.
I rewatched all of Clarence, which Clarence is like a pet show for me because like I relate to that kid.
You are
like, a lot. Yeah, I relate to him a lot. Just like I don't know.
I haven't seen that show. But it's funny.
It is funny. And then what else did I watch? I watched like a bunch of scary movies because it is October and we're getting close to Halloween, so
spooky season.
Yeah, spooky season and whatnot. Other than that, though, no, I didn't mean. Just tried to get better as fast as I could, really.
Yeah.
So.
Did the announcement of that 90s show happen while you were in quarantine?
It happened like a few days before, and I read about it.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, where it's going to have Rhett and Kitty back.
Red. Red and Kitty are definitely in it. The thing for me is like, I think it's going to be good regardless with those two, because Red is goated. Like, arguably the funniest character on that show, most quotable stuff other than Kelso.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, two of the not bigger, but like, you're going to notice if they're not there is Fez and Hyde, because both of them in real life had like, I don't know if they've been canceled, but like, you know, controversies that'll probably I know for a fact Danny Masterson won't be in it, but I don't know anything about the stuff going on with good old Wilmer, but I know it's not great.
I know that they said that we'll probably see cameos at least of Donna,
from the other four,
Donna and Foreman, because
Eric,
I think their daughter is that's like what the show's based around.
Because she's staying with her grandparents for the summer.
Yeah,
and I can't imagine Mila and Ashton.
Oh yeah,
don't show up.
Yeah, at some point.
Because like, I don't know.
Yeah, that 70s show is lit. It is lit. It's one of my favorite shows.
It's funny,
but
it is. It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah,
what can I say? It's fun.
That's Sean's argument for most things.
You know what? You know what else? I gotta pee.
Yo. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We left off
before piss break.
We left off. I think we were just finishing up talking about that 90s show.
Oh yeah, so I'm excited for it, regardless of if any of them cameo. I do expect some to cameo. I expect some to like even just be signed on.
Yeah.
Besides those two, like what the fuck is Bob doing? Like surely he has time.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me if it's Chong, right? Not Tommy Chong. He's gonna show up.
Yeah, at some
Leo's
point.
coming back.
It's
so wild to me still that like he was gone partway through like season 2 until like it was 6 or 7. Somebody just runs into him walking on the street and he's just back.
Yeah.
Because in real time, Tommy Chong did he go to prison or something happened?
Yeah, I can't remember what exactly happened to
where
him.
Like it was for like weed or something. I don't remember what it was, but He came back. He was just fine.
Yeah.
But that was crazy.
Love you, Leo.
Yeah, love you, Leo. Hashtag thanks, Leo.
We know you're listening.
As for Netflix, we got Big Mouth season 5 coming back.
Mouth.
Sir.
Big Mouth previously losing to Futurama and Bracket Boys round like 2 or something last time we did it, which was the only time.
A travesty.
Travesty.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, looking forward to it. That show's so fucking funny.
Yeah, it is.
When's that come out?
The 5th.
Yo.
So do not go to fucking Daniels that weekend
Okay, fine.
because we have to watch Big Mouth.
It's true.
If Daniel asks you what you have to do, you say, I have to watch children learn about puberty and stuff.
I gotta sing.
In
I'm
the
going
form-
through changes.
In the form of an animated comedy TV series featuring John Mulaney.
Bro, if Milk doesn't
Nick
come
Kroll.
back, if Milk doesn't make me show up in season
I
5,
gotta get more milk.
I need
Milk
milk.
Naruto runs out of fucking frame.
Fucking milk.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Rick and Morty's out right now, isn't it? I still need to watch that shit.
It's done now.
Yeah.
But it was back. Pretty solid season. I watched it.
Sick.
I'm ready for that new season of South Park, too.
Yeah. South Park fucking, again, $900 million deal for
Basically 2
6 or
guys.
7 more seasons and 14 movies.
South Park always bossing.
Bussin'.
Bossing.
That shit bossing.
Sheesh.
As for me, what did I do?
What did you do, Dylan?
He didn't get to hang out with you.
That's true. Sean didn't reach out to me once.
You were supposed to be there for him when I was in quarantine.
It's like
That's not in my contract.
We did celebrate Alex's birthday, so that was cool.
We did do
but
that.
other than that, I didn't really hang out with Sean. I don't recall anyway.
I was busy.
Thanks, man.
Illy though.
Other than that, like I hung out. Dakota wanted to go to Micro Center to get a monitor or something
I've been
at
there.
some point last week.
It's lame.
And I went with them. As many people know, graphics cards pretty hard to come by right now because everybody's like, hey, I want to mine Bitcoin. I'm going to take all of them. And they do.
Yeah.
So I went to Micro Center with Dakota. I was like, I'll just check back here. Graphics card, see what they got. They had a 3080 Ti, which you guys don't know shit about. But they're really fucking good.
Sweet.
They make this job, which it isn't a job, but video editing a lot easier. A lot easier for a computer to manage all that stuff. Faster renders,
Yes.
exports.
Is that an NVIDIA graphics card or the other one?
I think it's NVIDIA.
Neat.
Yeah. It's
I don't like how you say it.
NVIDIA.
Video.
NVIDIA GeForce 3080 Ti. And it's the only one they had, and it was $2,000. It was $19.50 to be exact.
That's a lot of money.
And
$19.50.
no.
Holy
So
shit.
I was like, well, Dakota's first instinct, our previous producer, we fired him brutally.
Brutally.
His first instinct was to encourage me not to get it because like it's $2,000
Mm-hmm.
and like it's over MSRP, which is what it should be priced. But because the scalpers is up.
Right.
And my whole thing was like, there's no end in sight to this though.
Mm-hmm.
And how long am I going to have to wait to finish my computer? Because at this point, I've been borrowing a 1050 Ti from Nate for, I get maybe over a year now. I'm not sure how long it's been. But like it was right in front of me. And I was like, if I get this, I won't have to upgrade for a long time. And, like, yeah, it's a lot of money. But, like, how long it's a measurement of time versus money.
Yeah, time you're willing to wait versus cost.
Like how much am I gonna have to wait and deal with my current graphics?
You know, like when you're playing Clash of Clans and you're like, I want this building built faster, and you spend the money.
Totally.
I've never been there.
And like
it's a slippery slope. Don't play Clash.
So I wanted a second opinion, and I text Nate myself. I said, Nate, there's a 3080 Ti here at Micro Center. Should I get it? And Nate replies in all caps, yes! Oh my sweet God, yes! And I said, this is a much different reaction than what Dakota gave me. And I was like, talk to Dakota more. And then Dakota, he didn't completely come around because, you know, it's a lot of money. But he was like, I mean, yeah, I don't know how long it's going to be. And like, we're pretty lucky that there's even one here at all. So I was like, all right, I'm going to fucking buy it, whatever. I have the money. It's not going to kill me if I buy it. And I was going to possibly buy a case while I was there. But I ended up not getting it that day. I went to buy it, and my bank said, no, I don't want you to be done. No.
Yeah.
And so like I tried running it debit, running it credit. I tried going to an ATM. Maybe I could have gone to a bunch of different ATMs and withdrew enough money.
Maybe.
But I found out the next day that my spending limit per day at our bank, Sean. Are you at that bank too? You're there. Anyway,
what's your daily spending limit?
It's 1,000, which is less than what I needed.
That's correct.
And I was also trying to get a warranty, so the total that night was like $2,159. And the $400 that I withdrew did not help me reach that goal. So that sucked. Came back. In the meantime, because Nate works for me at the post office now, but his car was broke down. So I was like, Nate, while I'm at work, I need you to be in contact with Micro Center, see if it's still there. If it's still there by the time I get off work, we're going there, and I'm going to get it. And he checked in that morning. They still had it as of then. I got off work, took him to get his car from repair shop. Get back. Go ask them again. They still have it. Go up there. And they actually restocked, which is even luckier than the day before. Because now the one that I was looking at was apparently overclocked. I don't know what that is. But Nate told me that if I really wanted it overclocked, he could do it for me. So I got still a 3080 Ti, just not overclocked, for I think it was $1,789 roughly.
Oh, nice.
And then I also got a case for $135, and I ended up spending less money than I would have the day before for more things.
Hell yeah.
And overall saved like $50 after you include gas in there. And in addition to that, I've had my debit card. My sister's stupid dog ate my wallet one day. And my debit card has been like punctured with dog bite for a while. And I've just been
infected with dog bite.
I've just dealt with it because I'm lazy. But I finally just decided I'm going to get a new debit card. Because I don't know if you know this or you, but our bank makes them at the there now.
Oh,
so
really?
you can
I just got a new one from them, and they made mine and my fiance's that day, right in front of me.
You can get it made you can go through drive-through, get it made within 10 minutes, and they'll shred the old one for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pick a design.
Yeah.
And I'll show you too. If I can find the exact picture of what I did, I'll put it on screen so you can timestamp if you want, but I doubt I find it. I looked at the designs because you can't pick your own. You have to pick from a template, not template, what's the fucking word? Just the preset design.
Something like that.
And I was like, whichever one makes me laugh is the one I'm gonna pick. I did not pick that one. I picked this hayfield because I thought it was so fucking stupid.
That's pretty.
I thought this was so stupid that I just had to get it. Yeah, a field of hay.
The only reason I had to get a new one though is because my old one expired.
Yeah,
Like, it was expiring.
that is a lot more convenient if it's convenient in general, but
yeah, not
usually if
having to
your
wait
card
2
expires,
weeks.
yeah. But other than the graphics card thing, so I'm done with my computer now. That's cool. Finally,
Oh yeah.
editing is not. This is the first thing I'll edit on that computer, actually, or with that. Not. You might as well call the graphics card a new computer. So yeah. Other than that, Sora was announced for Smash, which I don't remember if we talked about that last time you were on,
No,
or if that was even.
it wasn't even a thing.
So he was announced and came out, and he's fun. He's no Mithra, not hot enough.
Not hot enough.
But like,
To you.
I think Mithra's still a lot better character and more my speed.
Yeah.
But I could see myself doing something.
I haven't played
with Sora.
any Smash in years, so I have no idea how
Years, he said.
Nice.
how Sora plays.
Like other than that, it's floaty. It's a floaty. It's a very unique character. Neutral is like Sora. Neutral is different from like any other character in the game. I feel like, but that's neither here nor there. Other than that, I don't know if we've talked about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl since it came out, but that game's pretty sick.
It is.
They've got
Looks like it.
I've watched a good amount, and like there is some issues, but they got a really good dev team behind it that's really communicative, good at communication.
You were right the
With
first time
I don't know if that's a word or not, so whichever one you're comfortable with, pretend I said that. So like they listen to feedback, they address it, all this stuff. It's really cool. So I'm curious to follow that game. I don't know how much I'll play it or take seriously.
You can play as SpongeBob.
That's true. That's true. You could play as legendary Nickelodeon character.
Sandy Cheeks too, I think.
Yeah. The only character in that game that's like not good is Patrick. And it's stupid because I really
sad.
I hope they fix. I think they are going to fix Patrick because everybody's bitching about it. And then they're gonna add DLC too. # Hugh Neutron for NASB.
Please.
We need that for certain.
I slipped on a banana. Or no,
I sat on a banana.
I sat on a banana.
And of course,
That changed
my life. So that's all the news I really have. We're about 50 minutes into this. Let's see if I have any fan questions to answer.
I'm going to check Worldwide News because that seems like a good thing to do.
No.
Let's see if any cruise ships have fallen over.
Anyway, we did get one question 3 weeks ago that I never answered from Carl, Mr. Abbey himself.
Mr. Abbey.
He asked, why Bucket O Milk, essentially? Where did the name
Well, let him
come
know.
from?
Let him know, Dylan.
Well, Alex isn't here to defend himself, so I'm going to take this opportunity.
Yes.
So, obviously, jokes aside, the previous iteration of the podcast of the four of us was This Podcast. I really liked that name. I still think it's funny, but I acknowledge now, in hindsight, which you also see from the channel not being called This Channel anymore, but Bucket O Milk,
Yeah.
that for branding, this channel doesn't really work very well. I still think it's fucking funny
Yeah.
because it's simple kind of shit. But there was one, which fucking episode was it? I feel like it was like 4 or 5 of no, definitely not 5. 3 or 4 of this channel, this podcast. I mean, Alex said that he had talked to people and that they found the name of the what was his fucking wording?
I don't know.
The pot.
They couldn't find.
They
it on,
were disgusted,
Oh,
which was an exaggeration. Obviously, he even said, but that's what he said, and he thought that the name could use a change, which I would be open to. But at the time, I was admittedly salty about it because why are we just dropping this out of nowhere? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Alec even said, like, I feel like this just kind of kills the vibe for the whole podcast.
It's not really a discussion for
like,
pre-recording.
yeah.
We
more of a
didn't know it.
post-recording
Yeah, because like
conversation.
we came into Alex's house as we have come to almost always do, and she who shall not be named said something about name change, and I was like, "Fuck, something's happening today."
Yeah.
And it didn't. I wasn't against it per se. I didn't like how it came up.
Yeah.
I think was my whole thing. So I was salty, and his suggestion was Bros of the Round Table, which I didn't like at all. But Sean, people pleaser Sean Willie, was like, I like Bros of the Round Table.
It sounded good at the time. But then I got to thinking about it afterwards, and I was like, you know what? If Finn from Adventure Time had a podcast, that's what it would be called.
Like I'm not saying it's like a bad podcast name, but for what we're doing,
We're trying to be professionals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't like it. So what it comes down to.
So we agreed with Alex's panel of experts, and we changed the name. I think Bucket of Milk was pretty funny.
We're gonna get to it. I promise you.
Did I interrupt something?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You skipped a couple of steps.
Keep up.
Oh shit.
So he says Bros of the Round Table. People pleaser Sean is like, I like Bros of the Round Table. Alec,
I like things.
Alec isn't. Well, I mean, everybody wants to please people, but Alec was more so on the side of I don't want to make anybody mad. So Alec was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is kind of Dylan's thing, so I don't really want to go against him. And so it kind of put it on me. It kind of already was anyway, so it's not like it really mattered.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like directed at you anyway, because it's not like.
And it's like, yeah. So I was
I'm like, it's not.
I was like, I think we should come up with the name together. I think is what I said, and
then somebody had to piss.
He agreed. No, Cora like knocked something over upstairs or something like that, I think. And he went up there to take care of that. And Alec was just like clearly understood that I was not thrilled about this.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asking me how I was and stuff. And I said what I've kind of already said, that I didn't like how it came up at the time, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And no, there's no bad blood, okay? This was all me being salty, you know? It's my fault for being the way I was.
Salt is good, though.
At the time. But,
it tastes good.
So Alec just kind of starts joking around with me, trying to calm me down. Sean, I don't remember what he did.
I was probably just staring off into space.
He probably was.
I was thinking to myself, like, Sean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, I think I said something like, I don't care. If we want to change the name, we can change the name. But I was, as I said, salty at the time. So I was like, I think I said, I'm going to come up with something stupid as fuck. And I said two things.
I remember the other one.
I said bucket o' milk and sword in a gourd. Which I like both of them.
Yeah, I was all about both of them. I was all about bucket of milk and
I don't even. I was trying to think. All I was doing was thinking, what's funny, and like, sword in a gourd came from like something funny that rhymes. Bucket of milk was just something that sounds catchy but is also dumb. because I was like, what's funny? And for some reason, I was like, milk. I was like, yo, what can you put milk in that sounds funny? A bucket.
Yeah.
So bucket o' milk is what I came up with. I said these not expecting. Sean was mega hype when I said bucket o' milk. Alec came around to it. Alec, he didn't dislike it, but like he liked it, but he got hype from Sean being hype about bucket o' milk.
When Sean gets hype, it's hard not to just smile and laugh with the guys.
So I was like, all right, well, that's what I'm going to suggest. Yeah. So Alex comes back down finally, and I think before he even went upstairs, he said something about putting it to a vote on whether we change the name or not. But then when he came down, we were like, all right, I think I said we should all suggest something and then vote for what we want to do. And so he wrote down all the suggestions. He wrote down Bros of the Roundtable and this channel, this podcast. And then I said bucket of milk and sword in a gourd. Alex will not admit he didn't like either of them the first time I said them. And honestly, at the time, that was my goal. But, I was like, Sean's gonna vote for bucket of milk. Alec might be swayed, but there's no shot this ain't at least coming to a tie.
Yeah.
And at the very least, I was confident Alec wasn't voting Bros of the Roundtable. So I was pretty content with that. But then, so like we talked more about bucket of milk and stuff. Alex seemed kind of what's the word? Cautious. And it's not like we were in danger, but like not sure that bucket of milk was the right name to go with. But we filmed the podcast. Not even like 2 or 3 days later, he messaged our group chat talking about how everybody that he had told the names for loved bucket of milk.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, this has worked out greatly for me. So that's what we did. I wouldn't change it now. If you had asked me like a month or two ago, I probably would have and have said that I would have kept it this podcast. But now I think bucket of milk is what to go with. There's already a milk bucket podcast. Who cares? All right.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You can't even have a bucket made of milk.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
But it is a lot better for branding, which is why we went with what we went with. And why this channel was changed to Bucket of Milk, and the TikTok is also Bucket of Milk. And the Twitter now has also changed to Bucket of Milk, which is a lot easier to plug than saying this Twitter every time.
People don't know if that's your Missouri accent or if it's spelled a different way. Because apparently Missouri has an accent, if you didn't know.
Everywhere has an accent.
I ain't got no accent.
I ain't got no accent.
No, it's crazy. Like when I go to Kentucky to visit some family, and we hang out with like my cousin's friends and stuff, they're like, "Where are you from?"
Yeah.
And I was like, well, shoot, cousin, I'm from Missouri.
Yeah. Oh my God. That Carl is the origin
story
of Bucket of Milk. I think we're definitely better for it.
Yeah.
Helps for branding.
Yeah.
Guess we might as well get into other business. Because it's not like we don't have anything else to talk about, and that's the only question I had anyway.
Oh,
I asked Abby if she had any questions. None. Didn't say shit.
Wasn't curious about anything. She's like, I know all I need to know.
You remember that song, Carl Papa?
Yeah, I do.
I really hope that Abby plays that song to her significant other, Carl.
Carl, like, don't even let this depend on Abby. I need you to look up Bad Lip Reading's Carl Papa song and listen to it until you like it. Over and over again until you like it.
Because that's how you grow to like a song.
Yeah.
Is listening to it.
That's what happened to me with Lights by Ellie Goulding.
You didn't like that song the first time you heard it?
No, you didn't either. I was with you. We thought it was so fucking stupid. And then she hooks you in, and Ellie don't let go.
No, she don't.
But yeah, business. So the plan is still to move the podcast. This is not for Spotify. YouTube watchers / listeners only. It's gonna move to the Bucket of Milk podcast channel, which exists and is linked in the description. It'll also be on our featured channels page on the Bucket of Milk main channel. Eventually, because I have to re-download all of them because I haven't been able to fix my drive. So I'm going to have to re-download all of them, upload all of them again, which probably just means that the picture that's there when you listen to the podcast, it's not going to look as crisp as it does right now. But I don't care. So that's how that is. That's all moving. What's also changing is the schedule for the podcast, which Sean should know. Well, both of you should know, but maybe you forgot. We're moving the podcast to every other week. So that means there's not going to be one next week. That's not because we're sick or something. That's because it's planned, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's planned.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. Why? Well, I'll tell you, Ryan. The reason is we're going to still be doing stuff, but every other week we're going to focus on the podcast, and every week that's not podcast, we're going to spend filming other stuff. Because talk about it all the time. We want to keep doing Cooking with Alex and Dylan, more dumbass shit like table tennis and the pun video, even stuff similar to the video where a different version of me kills me, or my apology video. That shit. We want to keep doing stuff like that, and also be able to upload to TikTok and stuff like that. And this will help us realistically be able to do that. And if we feel like doing a podcast, like during
you just get a double podcast.
It's just a double podcast. If we're on a roll and we're like, all right, let's just fucking knock one out, we'll knock one out. That's how we're gonna do it. Spend that time filming other stuff. It'll probably take a minute to find a rhythm and like a healthy schedule.
Yeah.
But in an ideal world, it would be uploading to YouTube 2 to 3 times a week. Obviously, probably aim for 2 right now, just because. But I'd like 3 eventually. As for TikTok, we're going to try to upload both to TikTok and YouTube as long as the videos make sense on both platforms. As far as cooking goes, probably cut that down to like a highlight reel or something, and then have a link to the full video in the description, or like at the end of the video, just be like, watch our YouTube channel, stuff like that. But also, there's going to be exclusive stuff on TikTok. Actually, no, there's fucking not. There's going to be exclusive shit on YouTube that won't be on TikTok. But, like, there's no reason for us not to make TikTok compilations and put them on YouTube, because that's just free money.
Yeah.
If we ever do make money. Or it's just free content regardless.
Yeah, it's more content for you.
So,
people.
like,
yeah,
literally, we're going to upload to TikTok as well. There'll be a formal, like, announcement of when that's starting. It'll probably be like a small thing, but outside of podcast.
More collab.
We want to work with people like Abby more often. It's kind of like just her right now because she's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Good catch, Carl. Proud of you.
You did it, man.
Yeah. Good
stuff.
Good on you, bro.
And Abby, good on you too, because Carl's a dime.
I'd venture to say a full second of coin.
Oh shit!
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
But yeah, that's generally the plan. Recap. going every other week for the podcast. On the off weeks, we're going to be filming other stuff in bulk-ish. And uploading them 2 to 3 times a week in an ideal world. Exclusive stuff on YouTube, but not on TikTok. Well, I mean, I guess in a way, the way TikTok is going to be edited might be an exclusive.
Yeah.
But generally, the more exclusive, like, bigger videos, I think TikTok is 3 minutes, going to be on YouTube. Subscribe to the Bucket of Milk podcast channel if you watch on YouTube, which not many people do. But if you do, that's where they're going to be in the not foreseeable future, but the near future. And after that, the foreseeable future.
Yes.
It's not right now, but it will be, I think, by the time we upload another podcast. The next podcast should be the last one that's uploaded on the Bucket of Milk main channel. After that, everything else will be dumped onto other channel, Bucket of Milk Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all the plans we really have. The only other thing we have to address is the draft. We're fucking done with the draft for now.
Yo.
Because it adds 20 to 30 minutes to each podcast that never really fucking goes anywhere. Because you ungrateful shits,
Ryan,
won't vote on the Twitter poll. Which, like, yeah, we could probably... For some reason, our Facebook page doesn't let us do an actual poll. And, like, we could have it be, like, vote with thumb react, laugh react, whatever react. That's stupid. I don't want to do that. So, we're going to table it for now. It'll probably come back at some point. But as for this draft in particular, it was, if you guys don't recall, the cheese draft. Each of the 4 of us drafted, I believe it was 4 cheese-based items.
Yep.
And you guys were supposed to vote. We got 2 votes.
2 votes.
And I know who they are. It's Abby and Ryan. But Ryan, what Sean said is still accurate. That's a threat. All right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You don't want to
Prepare
say.
yourself. You're almost an uncle.
Only Alex, who is not here, and Alec
What's up?
got votes. Since Alex isn't here, I'm not going to let you, like, try to sway us either.
No, it's fine.
But, so it's going to come down to myself and Sean to come up with a unanimous decision to decide on who is the winner of, for now, the last draft.
But if you don't vote for me, I'll kill you.
So, Sean, we got Alex and Alec. Alex had pizza, quesadillas, mozzarella sticks, and Philly cheesesteak. Alec had cheeseburgers, mac and cheese, cheese curds, and cheese fries. Off the top of your head, Sean, which of those do you think is the stronger one? I said the top.
Quesadillas.
Okay, yeah. Individually, okay. But the 2 choices, which 4 items that they have, is overall stands out as the best in your mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not individual items. Because, like, of individual items, I'm picking lasagna every day of the fucking week.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what I had, but I didn't get any votes because Ryan's cheap.
Yeah, Ryan.
Anyway.
Okay.
What you think? Or do you need me to read them again?
No.
Okay.
Alex.
Okay.
He's got quesadillas.
Okay, he does have quesadillas. I'll give you that one.
They're yummy in my tummy.
Where Alex loses me is Philly cheesesteak. Because, like, it's good, obviously.
Yeah.
But how much... I don't feel like I want a Philly cheesesteak that often. It's mainly because I don't like onions, green peppers, and other shit.
As far as I'm concerned, there's 2 things Philadelphia does right as a city, and that's riots over sports games and shoving meat and cheese in between 2 buns.
Like I acknowledge.
Don't read into that.
Look, it is good, but also I love mozzarella sticks, but Alec kind of neutralizes that with cheese curds because I could take either or on any given scenario. Honestly, a lot of the time it's whatever's cheaper on the menu.
Yeah, I would almost say they're like the same thing, except mozzarella sticks are seasoned.
They are seasoned, but that's not always a good thing. Sometimes too much.
To mash.
But
sometimes you just want fried cheese.
So I feel like, because like pizza's obviously a big one.
A big one, yeah.
But like I find myself eating a lot more burgers than I do pizza in my modern life. I love both, but like burgers just have, you can do so much with a burger.
Does Alex have pizza on his as well?
Alex has pizza.
Fantastic.
Alec has burgers, mac and cheese, cheese curds, cheese fries.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in my decision.
I haven't even touched on cheese fries.
Like, I eat pizza every day, you know? Like
That's your problem.
Literally every day. Like, I fucking love pizza.
Well, I think Alec is my vote.
All right.
Right. There's no all right. It
Right.
has to be unanimous.
Ryan,
We're the only two voters.
Ryan, did you see what you've done to us?
Ryan did this.
We're gonna be here all fucking night. I got Battlefield to lose at.
He's got to lose.
I got.
So, like, let's
problems
just
that need to be
go-
drank away.
We'll go item by item and compare the two.
Okay. All right.
So Alex and Alec, item 1 is cheeseburgers versus pizza. I love both. I understand you eat pizza every day, but cheeseburger, you can't say anything. Cheeseburgers, there's just a lot more. You can do a lot with pizza, but the things I see people do with pizza upset me. There's not much that, like, if people, like, you can have a shitload of onions and I wouldn't like that on a burger, but I don't have to eat them. I mean, same with pizza, I don't have to eat them. But, like, I feel less judgmental toward people that get a shitload of onions on burgers than I would that people that get a shitload of onions on pizza. You know what I mean? And like, I just feel like there's more you can do with burgers, and they's good. And more portable. That's the thing too, I guess.
I don't know if they're more portable.
I mean, it depends on the pizza. Is the thing. Like, dog,
if it's deep dish, that shit ain't portable.
you're not taking
You're
it.
sitting down and eating
Yeah. First of
a
all,
fork and knife.
we don't even need to talk about deep dish.
It's not pizza.
It's
a
not-
fucking casserole.
Yeah, that's the casserole. But anyway,
Fucking Chicago.
what are your thoughts on pizza versus cheeseburgers?
I think, just generally speaking, in my experience, pizza has more flavor. I like some flavor. It has all the things I like the most in food, which is carbs, meat, and cheese.
Well,
And also-
so does burgers.
But you see, pizza also brings sauce.
You can put anything you want on a burger, though.
Yeah, this is not. I'm just gonna say this is not strictly just you can only have meat, cheese, bun.
Yeah, like you can put, like if I sat in front of you and put ketchup on my pizza, what would you say to me?
I'd say, why?
Yeah, exactly. But
Mamma mia,
with
what are you
burgers,
doing?
with burgers, I don't feel like there's a lot you can put on there that people would be like, I don't get it, except like candy. But, like,
Anchovies?
that's the same.
That's pizza.
I judge pizza anchovy eaters too, but I guess technically you're right.
It's salty fish. I don't see the problem.
Salty fish. But
Go to the next thing. We're not going to agree on this.
yeah, okay. So you also really like quesadillas versus mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is fucking sick.
Yeah, if you make mac and cheese right, I'd say it probably trumps.
And like you can just put like,
But quesadillas are so delicious.
I know, but like you can put like chicken, hot dogs, small, like, I mean, it's basically hamburger helper at that point, but you can put like beef in the mac and cheese too. Bakey, all that. It's hard for me, but I feel like mac and cheese probably wins out on that as well for me.
I feel like at that point,
Alex
obviously,
got a 2-0 for me at the moment.
like quesadillas, they have cheese on them.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't say cheese is like the focal point. It's like the meat.
sure.
There's beans in a lot of quesadillas.
Yeah, I don't like beans.
I don't like beans. I like beans, but as far as like a cheese based dish,
Yeah,
if I'm going there for the cheese,
yeah.
I'm going to go with mac and cheese.
Okay. Well, the whole thing with the draft was we kind of just said anything that has cheese in it can be.
Yeah.
But I would personally
Cheesecake.
cheesecake. I would go more so with mac and cheese more often than I would quesadillas.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like unless I'm going to Taco Bell or like Mexican restaurant here,
Yeah.
I'm not getting a quesadilla at like some random American-based food
Let's be
chain.
fair too. You haven't been getting the quesadilla at the local Mexican place either.
I haven't, not lately. I'd mostly get tacos.
And homemade, nothing beats homemade mac and cheese. Like you shred your own block of cheese,
You ever
make a
bake
nice
that shit?
Yeah.
It's like
Fucking bake that shit.
even like Kraft is still like a quality
Well, yeah.
product. But yeah,
But the hand like shredded shit, it melts better than
does Alec win for both of us in the second items then?
Yeah,
Okay.
Alec gets it.
So
in that
1-1
round.
for you, 2-0 for me. Next is cheese curds versus mozzarella sticks. I don't know, honestly, between the two of them. I feel like it's easier to eat more cheese curds because it doesn't have
I like that for the
seasoning.
efficiency. I can fit more in my hand.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go cheese curds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 2-1, 3-3. I'm obviously voting for Alec. So then it's cheese fries. I almost read versus slice of cheese, but that's you. We already talked about Philly cheese.
I should have gotten the fucking vote.
We already talked about Philly cheesesteak.
So cheese fries versus Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, which
Cheese fries.
like okay, so then Alec wins for you.
Okay. Yeah.
So we don't have to debate this part then. Okay.
That's right.
This was longer than it needed to be, but I thought it was interesting at the very least.
Yeah.
So Alec wins
I finally win a draft.
the last draft.
Last draft, I win.
We did not keep track, but
I know
I
this
don't-
is the first one.
I don't think Sean. Did you take one ever?
No, I don't think
I don't
so.
think so.
I don't remember.
If I have, I can't remember.
I've taken
I don't
like
have-
3.
Not a whole lot of things I've won, so I tend to remember those.
Yeah.
But like I prefer it. This is why we're not doing it. It's because the draft shouldn't come down to me and Sean having a debate. It should
Right.
literally just be fan vote. That's
Yeah.
Because
You
like
can't
a lot of
just-
at least one of my draft wins is just because Tyler and Dustin happened to be here
Mm-hmm.
and they voted along with whoever wasn't tied or something like that.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, draft probably gonna come back at some point, but for now it's over. And not to be like rude, but it's your fault. It's all your fault that the draft is going away, and I don't want to make you. I do. You should feel shameful. You should not feel good about this.
Just got lucky.
You're a piece of shit. You just got lucky. Watch Darkmane.
Darkmane good.
But any closing thoughts we got around my kitchen table here today?
Quesadillas are fucking delicious, but
Cheese and mac.
I can fit hella cheese curds. in my hand.
Bro, we need to make mac and cheese with cheese curds in it. Sean came.
You see, you just breathe that like that life into.
When I'm thinking about it right now,
that
there's
idea.
so much with mac and cheese that people just aren't doing.
bacon.
I mean, people probably have done. Bakey's been
Not often
everywhere.
enough.
Bakey's a slut, if we're being honest.
Dude, just pass
Have
around
you-
from kitchen
have you
table to
had-
kitchen table.
Have you had the buffalo mac and cheese that Mary Jane?
I don't
Are you
believe.
talking about the one that I get?
Mhm.
Yeah, I've had that.
So that's sick.
Dylan will get like a big fucking bowl and be
Yeah.
like, Sean, help me. I'll be like, twist my fucking arm.
Well, they have it on there like it's a side, and it's not.
It's not.
full
It's
ass
a whole entree.
It's like a fucking urinal filled.
Oh, God, yes.
oh, a urinal full of cheese, making me hungry.
Just think about a fondue fountain where, like, if you flush the toilet, just the cheese comes down instead of like.
You seen that video of a guy that just took a chocolate fountain and tried to make cheese come through it?
Oh yeah, just.
And it just comes up and like slaps him in the fucking face.
Yeah, I have seen that.
But Alec, you got any closing thoughts?
I do not. This was fun. I'm glad to be out in public.
Yeah, public, good.
It's sick.
I enjoyed this one. Again, hashtag get well, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
It will.
Even as of now, still fingers crossed that it's not COVID at all.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it is,
10 out of 10. Don't recommend.
if it is,
10 out of
you know dang well whoever's shaking
Yes.
the table, stop. If it is COVID, three of us are gonna do everything we can to help that boy and his
At
unnamed
least-
wife.
At least me and Dylan, we live close to Alex,
Yeah.
so we can help him out.
We'll do what we can, and he should be back for the next one regardless, as long as nothing else
Mm-hmm.
comes up. But what did I say? Did I say keep shaking the table?
I'm not shaking the table right now. I'm like,
Yeah, not right now because I said something, but before that.
no.
No.
I'm barely moving my legs right now.
Whatever. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.